because there has been lack of maybe big projects as a result of the small allocations. I don't know if it has happened in Vihiga, but in Taveta, it has not happened.
Yeah, so we should have put in an implementation mechanism for that, because for Vihiga to get more, I think that those who are arguing that for Vihiga to get more, it means Homa Bay is getting less. But we were sympathetic, we all supported it. But I want to demonstrate where the money is going to. Let's go to non-compliance with the law on fiscal responsibility. I think for us just to move forward, we will come back on pending bills. I think there are serious doubts, and we are asking the OAG to sit with the county to verify the numbers that they intend to amend in their balance sheet, do that verification so that at our next implementation follow-up, you can advise us whether they are doing the right thing and whether they have proper clarity on pending bills. Secondly, there was the resolution that the House passed on settlement of pending bills. We shall also make that recommendation, that you go as per that recommendation. But now, on fiscal responsibility, you are spending 52% on total receipts on salaries. And Osotsi and the Senate brought you 400 million more. Is it also going to salaries? Or it's going to do something that is transformational? I think on this one of fiscal responsibility, Governor, this is a conversation you can just tell us, what are you doing about this? The law requires you to be at 35%, but you're at 52% of total receipts. What are the conversations in Vihiga on reducing this to what the law requires?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, it's true that our wage bill is high, but there is reasons why this has gone to that level. And I would like to have the Director of Human Resources to give some of the actions we are taking to bring this wage bill down.
Yeah, please. Your written response is 2 pages long with almost 10 appendices. So I think we can say we take note of the written response so that your officer can just highlight the key initiatives that can allow us to move faster.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Chair. I think there are a few measures that are key in relooking at the whole issue of spiraling wage bill. One of the issues the County Executive Committee has done, it has put a freeze on employment because the County Executive Committee has directed that we need to look at the skills and competencies within the county vis-a-vis the core mandate of the various departments, so that we can now come up with a rationalized way of staffing to know where do we have the excesses, where do we have the core skills and all that. Secondly, the county also, initially we had an organizational structure that was not really functional based, so it has revised the organizational structure and also revised the staff establishment so that there is more focus on the core areas that align with the mandates of county governments. And then thirdly, previously we've been having issues with the basis for decision making on human resource management, and we have invested heavily in the digitization of human resource records so that we have real-time data to inform human resource decisions. We have also, the County Executive Committee has also resolved to prioritize filling vacancies from within. We give the first opportunity to serving staff for readjustment in their position through internal advertisement, so that it also helps us curb the issue of wage bill. And overall, there is a County Public Service Board Act which was enacted, which has also mainstreaming key issues to control on staff matters, including putting clear measures that the board should observe when they're handling staff issues, so that we can align the intentions of devolution to issues of staffing in the county. Thank you.
So you have started your written response by disputing the percentage presented by the Auditor General. Could you indicate why you don't agree with the OAG?
Yes, the percentage initially it had been indicated as 52, but upon the relooking at the figures, our accounts confirmed that the figure that was forming the denominator for the computation of the staff percentage of the wage bill was not correct. That's why it's restated as indicated.
OAG, you used the wrong base for computing wage bill?
No, because the figure on employee costs is 2.7 billion against the total receipts. Total receipts in cash, which exceeds the set limit.
So this is something that two accountants, even if they went to different schools, should not disagree on. What should be the denominator? Where is 5.75 coming from? What's the source of the 5.75? And here, statement of financial performance for the year ended 30th June. Total revenue is 5.29. In this financial statement signed by Keverenge and James Atemba.
Chair, the amended financial statement that we submitted to the OAG had receipts of 5.7 as indicated in the cash flows and budget and actual comparison statements.
So are we looking at the wrong financial statement? Because if you earlier on disowned your balance sheet, now you are disowning your statement of financial performance. If we cannot go by those two, then we have nothing to discuss. Where is 5.7 in the financial statements attached to the OAG's report? OAG, you can help us. Because I'm seeing 5.2 here, but that gentleman says that they gave you revised financials, putting revenue at 5.7.
Yes, Chair. If you look at the statement of financial performance for the year, total revenue received was 5,298,479,710.
Correct, that's what I have here.
If you take the figure employee costs, note 7 in the statement of financial performance is 2,790,128,784. So if you divide those two figures, the percentage is 52.66%.
So where is this other figure coming from? The one that they're introducing of 5.751 billion?
Chair,
Where is it in these financial statements?
Chair, if you can go to the query that follows the long outstanding trade payable, that is budget, control and performance, you'll see the query well stated, the actual revenue at 5.7 billion.
Is that actual revenue or that's budgeted revenue?
Actual 5.7 is actual and budgeted was 6.3 against actual of 5.7.
That is in the query.
In the query. And
in your financial statements, show me that column or that row with 5.7.
I think the...
No, it's not about thinking. It's just telling me go to page 1 or 2 or 3. Because I can see 5.298, I can see 2.790. The figures cannot reside in your head. They must be in the financial statement. Because you have opened your response by disputing the OAG's assessment. So I'm just giving you an opportunity to convince us that your version is the truth and not the OAG's.
Chair, if you look at the statement of comparison of budget and actual amounts, in reference to what he's saying, there is the opening balance, which is 452 million from the previous financial year. But apparently, the base year is the current year under review.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that we need to add the 452 to
No.
the
No,
to the receipts for the year?
no. This is money that there was no effort in that year in generation of that level.
Tunga, Ispak, you have certified these two gentlemen. So help us. How can two accountants have different interpretations of the same fact? Lawyers are allowed to, but not accountants.
Chairman, I'm also at a loss because you see, figures don't lie, and we should actually deal with the guidelines on how it's supposed to be done. So basically, either there is a little understanding of the audit queries and the answers are not satisfactory, because I've been following the discussion, and there is that gap that, as you have rightly put to him, there are figures in the head, and the figures are supposed to be in black and white for members to see. So there is a missing link somewhere in terms of professionalism. Maybe I'll pick it with my...
I think if it requires capacity building or CPDs and those things, because this now is looking untidy. The governor of Vihiga, I mean, you're a professional who is well respected, so you cannot have these kind of situations around you where figures cannot be explained. Because if you tell me that your revenue was 5.7, I will ask you to show me how you utilized it. It can't be a hypothetical figure. Senator Marum.
Yeah, I'm also at a loss, Chair, because in that page 6 of the certificate under budgetary control and performance, the auditor also is making the same finding that the actual revenue was 5,751,275,738. So if that is the actual revenue, that should be the denominator against 2.790 billion. So why did you use the other denominator that you used?